The Atlanta Falcons are one of the most talented teams in football. There's no other way around it. But last year, the Falcons suffered many key injuries and were forced into a lot of holes on defense, on the defensive side of the ball, and finished 7-9. A lot of people, some people ride with the Falcons this year, some people don't. But the Falcons are my favorite team, so I'm a little bit biased in my opinion, but I do think the Falcons will bounce back and become a playoff team in 2019. With the healthy defense and Matt Ryan doing his thing, the Falcons should be a pretty good team next year. But here are my regular season game-by-game predictions for the Falcons in 2019. So the Falcons start things off on the road against the Minnesota Vikings on week 1 at M&T Bank Stadium, I think that's sort of the name of. But yeah, the Vikings have pretty much owned the Falcons every time they played in recent memory. 2014, 15, 17, you name it. But, the Vikings don't really have a good quarterback situation right now. Their running game is on and off without Latavius Murray, and the defense wasn't as good last year. With the healthy Falcons defense and an offense that's on its A game, I think the Falcons take the W here. So we move on to week 2, Sunday Night Football, where the Falcons start their home stretch against, well, not a home stretch, but they start their first home game against the Philadelphia Eagles. And once again, this is another team the Falcons haven't had a good history against in recent memory, 2016, 2017, in divisional round, and 2018. So last 3 times these two teams played, the Eagles have been owning the Falcons, but all of those times it's been in Philadelphia. And last time in 2015 when the two teams played in Atlanta, the Falcons came on top, and I'm going to expect to see something like that this time. Falcons take the win to move to 2-0. So week 3 is an interesting game. We're facing the Indianapolis Colts on the road, and I can already tell you that we're not going to win this game. The Colts offense is lethal with Andrew Luck. Their defense really bounced back last year, so I think the Colts take this W right here. So the Falcons are 2-1. Now this one might surprise some people, Titans and Falcons in Atlanta, but I'm going to go with the Titans right here. The Titans have a solid running game with Marcus Mariota and Derrick Henry. Their defense is actually pretty solid. Titans are just an all-around solid team. And the Falcons' running defense, even at full strength, has never been that good. And I think the Titans are going to take this victory right here. So week 5 is another hard game to predict, much like week 3. And we're on the road against the Houston Texans. Though I do not think the Texans are going to be a good team this year, I do think the Falcons will take the loss. 3 straight losses, not really the best start you want. The Falcons are now at 2-3 in my book, but they should do fine for the rest of the year. Okay, we're gonna scroll up, and Falcons versus Cardinals, 4:05 p.m. in Arizona. 2nd straight road game, 3rd road game in the past 4 games. I think the Falcons take the victory here. I mean, it's the Cardinals, for crying out loud. They're not as good anymore. And the Falcons get back to 500. So the Falcons come home to face the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are going to suffer some type of hangover, especially in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So I think the Falcons take the W right here at home. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a really good game. And if the Rams are healthy, maybe they might be able to sneak away with this one. But Todd Gurley should be healthy by now. But I still think the Falcons will find some way to pick up the victory here. So they'll move to 4-3 in Seattle. We've had a good history with them the past couple of times we met them. I think that continues here, especially playing in Atlanta. Seahawks have a really good running game with Russell Wilson. We've never really been able to stop him no matter how many times we play him. But I think the Falcons will pick up the victory if they're at full strength. So at the bye week, the Falcons are sitting at 5-3. At this point, I think they're at least 2nd, if not 1st, in the NFC South, because I don't think the Bucs and Panthers will be that much of a threat. But we're going to go to New Orleans here, and it's kind of customary that the Falcons lose against the Saints in New Orleans. I think that kind of goes the same here, drop to 5-4. Okay, week 11, Falcons at 5-4 record. Falcons at Panthers. We've pretty much owned the Panthers for the past couple of years, and I think that continues here. Falcons beat the Panthers. I think this one will be a much closer game than it was last year, but I still think the Falcons will prevail. So Buccaneers at Falcons. Yep, the Bucs is another team that we pretty much owned since the Dan Quinn era started. other than 2015, and we split with them 2016. But since then, it's been all us. Even last year, when we weren't even that good, we swept the Buccaneers. I think that trend continues. Falcons pick up the victory here. So now, Saints at Falcons. Thursday night football, Thanksgiving Day rematch. And I think the Falcons pick up the victory here. We're going to split with the Saints this year. I think the only reason why they beat us last year was because we weren't at full strength. That's it. So, yeah, I think the Falcons take the win here. Panthers at Falcons, you already know the answer to this one. That's an easy win right there. We own the Panthers in Atlanta. So we should be able to pick up the victory. So right now, I think the Falcons are at the record of 9-4. And I think we're going to slow down a little bit after 4 straight wins. We're going to drop this game to the 49ers. We're going to face Kyle Shanahan again and everything. So it's going to be a little bit harder for the Falcons to play defense. As a defense should know the 49ers playbook, and they use the same as the Falcons did. But I still think Kyle Shanahan will get the better of the Falcons defense in this one. And yeah, that's the only really real reason why I think we'll drop this one. Running into Nick Foles in the oh wait, we're 8-6. Wait. Oh yeah, right. We dropped a lot of games. What was I thinking? What other games have we dropped? We dropped 3 games here. Oh shoot. Actually put Eagles. Yeah, I said we would win this game. Alright. Yeah, we're at 9-5 here. Hold up. Alright, there we go. So at 9-5, we played the Jags here. And the last time we played the Jags was 4 years ago. But I think even though we're running into Nick Foles at the wrong time of the year, we'll pick up this victory at home. And in Week 17, I think we beat the Bucs. So that was kind of a best case scenario prediction. Wait up. No, take that one. Hold up. So yeah, my prediction for the Atlanta Falcons in the best case scenario is 11-5, and the only division game we lose is to the Saints. We're 7-1 at home, 10-2 in the conference, and yeah, actually, dang, 0-4 versus winning teams, 11-1 against losing ones. Wait, oh yeah, I didn't predict everyone else. But yeah, that's just my prediction for the Atlanta Falcons in 2019. Do you agree, or do you have another opinion on the Falcons? Answer in the comments below. Have a good day, everyone. Remember, this is just my opinion.